Everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got another cold front coming through. The jet stream from Canada, or the North Pole, is basically dipping really far down south. And we had one cold spell where it stressed out a lot of my trees, and basically what I did was I deployed a lot of the insulation up on the walls and in the rafters where the roof comes down and meets the wall, because that's where all the heat is going out from the fireplace. So I only did half of it, right? So only one of the rooms is insulated, and I want to get the other room insulated to hopefully keep some more of this heat in the cabin. This is the only heating source I have. I'm basically off grid here, and I have but 4 solar 350, 330 watt solar panels. They're bifacial, so sometimes I can get like 400 watts out of them, 450 maybe at most, directly overhead. Hopefully we can get this cabin warm, and we'll see how it goes. So wish me luck. Here we go. Let's get into it. Yeet. All right, here we go. Whoa, my back. I'm still struggling with that hip and back problem. Oh, nice. All right, so essentially what I want to do is put up insulation up in there. This table's in the way, so we're gonna need to just move it out of the way so we can get in and out of here. All right, guys, so essentially I was able to get the first attic space cleared out enough to where I feel comfortable. We're putting one bat down, and then we'll move over. We'll just keep doing it. So I'm pulling all the nails and screws and cleaning it up a bit. So the wisteria they let grow. Wisteria is so beautiful, and it smells so fragrant in the spring. But the thing is, the termites, they climb up the wisteria and they get into everything. So it wasn't just the pecan tree in the front, it was also the wisteria. They got into the house that way too. Since then, you know, it's been mitigated, but oh, it's so much work. Wow, that's pretty compressed there. So R30. Supposed to look a little bit thicker than that. That'll work. We'll put that end in the overhang. Nice. looks like we're ready for another bat. Let's get it. Let's get.
I don't really want to staple it either. Stapling it is so permanent. If you ever want to make an adjustment,
Okay. Wow, there's a ton of screws over there and nails. We'll get. Okay, let's keep going here. All right, guys. So it looks like we're ready for another bat, right? So if we got this one, that means we got 1, 2, 3, 4 total left. So we're just under halfway. Let me go get that.
get my footing. Shit. Yeah. Nice. By the way, it's already warmer in here. Oh.
It's already warmer in here. It's crazy how that insulation just, that fireplace heat comes up over the, was that bathroom area, right? And then down the roof pitch and out through the eaves, right? But now it can't get out through the eaves because the insulation's there, and it just falls right back down into the house and creates a loop. It's already like 10 degrees warmer in here. This is crazy. Wow. Sort of nail right there. This far out, but okay, I'll do it. All right, so I think I saw a nail somewhere. Yeah, there's a nail right there. Let me see if I can get that out. Oh. Yeah, it was a nail. No way. So apparently we have 2 more of the rafter bats. So that's, what is that, R30, right? So we have 2 more R30s. But we need one more. So we might have to dip into the next package to get that done. Ooh. Wow, I need a nap. Yep, there's two more in here. So let me get my mask on.
Oh, let's go. All right. So we got two more spaces. Oh, there's a pinhole. I can see the sunlight over there. That's not good.
All right, so I want to show you guys what I'm dealing with here. Essentially, you have a metal roof, right, which is very affordable, and it's not a bad option for a shed like this. Well, a glorified shed like this, because it's light. If I put asphalt shingles on this thing and it's aged, um, yeah, it would create stress on the walls. Since the walls are only 2x4, I wouldn't recommend it. I recommend a very light roof like this for a structure like this. So let me show you what happened. You can see right in the center of the screen, that's a pinhole. That's sunlight you're seeing there coming through. That's as much as I can zoom, and you can maybe even see a little bit of water damage, but it's very light. Okay, so basically there's two layers of steel roofing from the top two rows, right, from left to right. But when they came down here to the first row of 12 footers, they stopped because of the termite damage, right? So they probably told the owner that, look, you know, we don't want to be standing on the roof over here. It's somewhat justifiable on the where the tree was, but I took care of that already. There is no rot over here. They should have just put it down, and they didn't. But now that's up to us to do. So I have a fix for that right there. That's not too much of a problem for us today. So let me show you how I deal with problems like that. So it's kind of like having a roof like that, a steel roof. It's also a blessing, right? Number one, the panels are light. Number two, they're quick to put down. They're 12-foot sections, and you can hold them by hand. It doesn't hurt your back or anything. But what you see there is not a rust hole. It's a hole where a screw once was that I probably pulled and didn't patch. Normally I patch from above, but we can patch from below today. So what we have here is butyl tape, right? All I do is I take a piece and I cut a little patch out, right? Cut like a square. It's a tiny little pinhole, and you peel it. So this butyl tape right here, it's like putty, but it's sticky, tacky. And we're gonna force this patch up into that tiny little hole, and it'll kind of like bulge out the other side. And eventually we're gonna paint that, no, eventually we're gonna have another layer of steel on that roof in that area across the whole thing. Um, but that's a future Andy problem right now. We just got to get this pinhole plugged. Let's do that. See, they missed the batten. All you have to do, grab your butyl tape, take your thumb, push the butyl up into the hole, and then just seal it like that. And that is how you patch a steel roof. That easy. It's perfect. Yeah, see, this stuff was R30, and that other stuff is R13. All right, so I have another attic bag of insulation somewhere around here. I see. So this bag over here was kind of keeping the wall warm. I was using it over on the other side. Doesn't do us much good over here.
Oink. Oy.
Well, guys, we did it. We definitely improved the heat retention from the fireplace in this area over here. Wow. Oh, all right. So let's see. I think what we're gonna do now is have like a lunch or something like that, and then we'll get back at it. So let's have lunch. I'm hungry. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe how warm it is in the kitchen now. So yeah, I was right. That just that little one row alone has totally improved the heat retention of the cabin. It's funny. You know, I had a really bad uh what is that called? Like a nerve got pinched or something maybe in my a nerve that runs to my leg. It's horrible pain the other day. And the pain was so bad. I was basically I didn't know what to do, right? It's kind of like I feel like our whole group, we're basically just excluded from the economy. How could they expect us to get health care? They all know. You know what I was thinking might help solve this problem? All the lawmakers, they have to get paid minimum wage. Whatever the federal minimum wage is, or even the state minimum wage for the state lawmakers, they have to try to live off that. If we do that, if we basically, I don't know, like if we force them to eat the slop that they expect us to live off of, that slop would change really quick. You know, I bet you we'd have unified healthcare and all of that. Yeah, that should be it. You know what I mean? That should solve the problem quickly. If you have a relationship with God through Jesus, you are, I want to almost use the word entitled with humility to healing. Now, the thing is like we have like this whole medical community now. But the thing is if we go back to a time where we rely on God for our health care, we wouldn't even need health care. And so I was thinking about this the other day when my back nerve got pinched. And then my left side went completely from normal, just like ambient noise to excruciating pain, off the charts pain. And I cried out to God. I was like, God, either heal this or, take me home. That's how bad it was. And 5 minutes later, the pain was gone. So the thing is like, I got all like cocky. I was like, no way that, we can really do this for healthcare, right? And the next, maybe like 2 days later, my back really got hurt. So I don't know. So talk like the reliability, like to rely on God for healing might not look like what it might look like if you went to a chiropractor or you went to a doctor, because it's kind of like I said this to God. I says, you know, I'm a dad and I do have a son, right? And I'm like, I know me and how I would react if my son was in that kind of pain. And yes, you do have the right as a parent to say to your kid, take an aspirin, it'll be all right. Um, so, I mean, it's kind of like that. It's kind of like, so now I'm dealing with a lot of aspirin, let's just say it that way. And it's not a complete healing. So I go both ways. It'd be nice to walk into, a facility, especially if you don't have faith, if you don't have an ear towards heaven, uh, you don't have a choice. But if you do, and you do pray and you do get an answer like I did the other day, then you can't let it get to your head, because he likes to keep us humble. And I'm learning that now. It's kind of like hobbling around after like having that huge victory, right? Oh man, it's kind of like, oh well, maybe I can create a ministry and we can get people to call in and or write in, and we could do like healing that way. And then we even like do a like a I don't know, like a I wanted to say business, but then I had this like vision of Jesus throwing the tables over and getting mad and stuff like that over, like that's not what this is all about. I get it. And I also get like he likes God, the Father, he likes to keep us humble. He doesn't like us to boast or anything like that. And I'm a boastful person, like my natural state when, I'm not like kind of like trying really hard and I'm just being myself, right? I'm boastful, and so he likes to keep us humble. And let's just say my bottle of that ibuprofen and even acetaminophen's getting thin. But the thing is, it's like, it's like for every victory I get, I also get a couple defeats, right? Or at least pain, right? It's kind of like, at least it's livable now. But the point is like, okay, so we have sicknesses, right? And we have ailments. And the thing is, it's like Jesus came and he's like, oh, well, you guys are going to do even more than I did. And I was like, okay. So I believe all of that. I do believe in, in my own life. But the thing is I really want, like, if we're basically in a situation where our government's abusive to us, um, what are we going to do? All right, guys, I'm getting really hungry. I don't know what I want to eat, but let's see here. Nice. So I'm doing the Idahoan baby red smashed potatoes today. Immediately add entire pound mix and with a fork and let it cover and let it stand. Oh. Okay. Oh wow, it came out so soft. Oh. That's the hardest part, is lifting that leg up that high. Doink! All right, so let's see here. We want at least 19 inches. Nice. All right, so I mean, insulating is pretty much that easy. Above the windows is a like a gap. I never filled with foam yet. I was waiting for the weather to kind of get a little bit warmer. See, the weather has to be warm enough for that spray foam to set right. But now that the house is insulated this far, the difference is day and night. Like it's like not even noticeable that it's cold outside. It's literally room temperature in here, and I'm not even done insulating. Let's see here. Hold it up to 35, which is right here. You can go a little over, but you can't go under. If it's too short, then you got to start over again. I made one mess up. That one's just a little bit too short because then it creates a gap. And this is all about closing the gap. Yeah, I think I better get my mask on. I see itty bitty fibers. Oh yeah, look at that. That's nice. Insulation. All right, guys. So essentially, we were able to get most of it done for the room, but there's still more to do. Thing is my hip is not cooperating, and around here it's slow and steady, right? So I get as much work done as I can, and then I rest until I feel better. All right, guys. I guess that's it for this one for now. You can see we still have more work to do, but we're definitely in a spot where we can weather 20-degree weather, which is below freezing. If you've made it this far and you enjoyed the content, give it a like, and I can't wait to do the next one. Bye.